About to head to Week 14 against the Atlanta Falcons. Desmond Ridder, I believe, is the quarterback still there. I don't know what the rest of the offense is looking like, but definitely a team that on paper has a good offense. Not so much the defense, of course. Hikaru and the offense in general for us has improved week by week, and we've been turning the ball over a little bit less, which is awesome as we're on a bit of a win streak. So it could be an offensive powerhouse game where both teams are just giving up points left and right, but regardless of the point, we will be headed on right now, and after that, we have to make some contract re-signings. I didn't think that we had that many players to look at, but we absolutely do. And the Falcons apparently are 10-2, which is definitely a shock to me. I did not think that was going to be the case. Looking at the Players of the Week awards, and some pretty familiar faces, actually, and some really good seasons nonetheless. Take a look at MVP real quick, as I don't know, I was about to say, I was kind of feeling Ritter's on the list, and he is, number 5, so my man's is having himself a season. Before we do anything with, the roster, with upgrading or anything like that, training, we're going to get our negotiations going. Now, nothing's guaranteed here, as you can see, guys, like Ed Oliver, he wants a 3-year, $65. That's like the starting price. Ed Oliver is such a greedy dude, it pains me, and I'm going to be giving him a 3-year, $75, which comes out to $25 mil per year. He's not even going to take it. And we're broke already, dude. Really? Noah Fan, a 4-year, $50? Please? Oh my, we are not looking good here in the re-signing process. However, Jordan Brooks, the man he is, the guy he is, a 5-year, $60, and he says, you know what, Chief? We got that done. We good to go. Still have to sign some other guys. Even Nwosu is on this list. A 5-year, $60 for a guy that's kind of struggling his pain. Caleb Barnes has really stepped it up this season for us. Is really not asking for much, so we might give him like a nice 3-year, $15. He's set for life at that point. Damian Lewis, we already talked about, is a guy that we probably should have traded. As his overall is he's just not a good player. He simply isn't, and we are broke. I can't believe how broke. We're so broke that even if we want Nwosu, which we probably should re-sign him, we can't even afford it, really. Like, we barely can afford it. What's his season even looking like? I feel like he's done nothing. Oh, he's got 13.5 sacks. Okay, well, let's do that contract real quick before he hears what I said and decides to leave. But this is insane, dude. It could be like a 5-year, $70. I suppose, cap remaining, nothing. He accepts it. A 5-year, $70 for a guy who has played as well as he has. Statistically, I suppose, is good, but I will admit, pure pass rush-wise, a lot of these guys are getting benefit from the fact that we have an insane coverage team. Our coverage is usually really, really good, but man, are we really, really broke. I don't know who's dragging us down, but I suppose some of those contracts right there even were very costly, and we've got a lot on the wide receivers and all that, so we might just be a team that is broke, simply put. Quandre Diggs, in fairness, is getting paid a ton. We did pay Elton Jenkins a lot. Gabe Jackson, when he's gone, actually will save us some money. Disley's also making a fortune. Jefferson. I mean, there are a couple of guys here that we can lose that will save us some money, so I suppose it's not just, really expensive players. It is also a couple of dead weight players that are going to be gone and could save us, so I mean, we're gonna make it. We're gonna just make it. But speaking of players, speaking of the roster, let's take a quick look at the roster. This is what we are cooking with. The morale seems to be pretty happy outside of, Lockett, which, I mean, let's be honest, that guy's always mad at people. And then defensively, morale's looking pretty good. Need Ed Oliver to really show his worth here, as he's asking for more than 25 per over 3, which I will admit is a contract that's like, it doesn't hurt us because he could, we could leave, let him go after he's 28, and if he sucks, but that is a lot of money for a guy that's been injured a lot and also really hasn't produced all that much, so that could be an ongoing kind of situation where, who knows, maybe we let him walk, which would be crazy considering we traded like a second-round pick for him, but we very well could. Unstoppable Force, you're tasked with facing the Falcons and their high-powered offense this week. Where does stopping them start? I mean, obviously pressure. Pressure is the number one thing for any defense to get success. I don't care how good your coverage is. If you can't get base pressure, you're done for. And that's kind of what we struggle with a lot. So we're going to be trying to focus on that, but there's only so much you can do. Of course, their pass game does look pretty good. Their run game's a little iffy. Alexander Madison's a starting running back, which definitely is a little surprising. I don't expect them to do well with him, so I'm going to go with medium defense. And then as far as attacking them goes, You know we love our run game, so I'm going to stick with the run game, especially with A.J. Terrell, creeping around there. This is what our list of focus players is, and going to keep it that way for now. Going to keep trying to upgrade different things, trying to get more players on that, practice list, the focus player list. You can get up to 6, I believe, but we do have it on slowest for staff, so you can't just cheese it every time. And for our upgrades, they're pretty much all backups, so I'm just going to do them behind the scenes. Here we are in Atlanta for a, middle of the day kind of game, afternoon. Well, it's not really afternoon, you know what I mean. It's like 3 or 4. Time zones suck. What can I tell you? Both teams rocking some slightly different uniforms than usual. Of course, Metcalf, kind of the savior of last week's game, averaging 30 yards a catch on 4 catches. For 2 touchdowns and 131 yards or 130 yards. It's a really good game. Jets over a dome like that seems a little strange, but I suppose there's a little peephole you can look out of and hopefully not go to jail like I did. Of course, one of the keys to this game, of course, is to stop their offense. It is going to be tough. I also seen Garner Johnson apparently wearing number 16, which is going to be really tough to look at. But Ritter obviously at 5 on MVP, must be having a good season. Also can get it done with his legs a little bit. That's another dynamic player right there. And Kyle Pitts, a 6'6", giant speed machine. And then we have our D-line pretending like they actually do anything. Maybe against those offensive linemen. Maybe, when you're practicing. Not a huge fan of seeing Northcutt, a near 400-pound man, slipping our guy with a spin move. That's not a good sign for anyone. Of course, Karu obviously improving week by week now and hopefully able to take down this NFC Giants, who is now 10-2. Kicking this one deep to start it off. Was kind of looking forward to getting the ball early and just didn't. Of course, off the crossbar and going to be starting the ball at the 25. I think these uniforms look sick. The Falcons have so many different cool uniforms. You really have endless options. Looking into season, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 3,600 yards. Completion percentage doesn't seem to be perfect, obviously, but doesn't look too great in general. Who's number 13, by the way? It looks like Kelvin Benjamin. I normally don't look at the depth chart, but I suppose we're kind of getting deep into this franchise, so we're going to start paying attention to that as Ritter's obviously the quarterback, and Cordero Patterson, who's obviously a very good player, is out. So Madison, very slow group of running backs in general, will headline this group. Very powerful guy, in fairness. Drake London, wide receiver 1. Brian Edwards, wide receiver 2. Sammy Watkins and Cobb. Some Green Bay business going on here. Derek Carson. And is there a wide receiver injury? Who the hell is number 13? It's Alexander Matt. He literally looks like Kelvin Benjamin. I tell you, kid you not. Of course, Kyle Pitts, a freak. Left tackle Jake Matthews still there. Looks all right. Chris Lindstrom playing left guard, maybe due to an injury, is very good. And Hennessy is developing pretty nicely. And the rookie right guard, Marlon Barnett, looks really good. And a rookie right tackle that looks really good. They might have landed themselves a offensive lineman score. D Ford, not bad. Grady Jarrett, decent. Obviously, still Greg Gaines is okay. But I will say this is a defense that is, it's improving kind of, but it still is very iffy. CJ Gardner-Johnson, cornerback, number 16. Interesting. And of course, Casey Hayward at number 80, or not number, but he's in the 84 overall corner still. They're definitely lacking in the safety department, but corners are locked down. See number 16 on corner, definitely not making me mad. Clearly, I love the Chiefs, getting that decision made. And is that guard a superstar? Lindstrom's not technically a superstar, but technically 2 superstar linemen. That's pretty insane. Ritter going to hand this one off to Alexander Madison, who gets crunched by the brand new superstar development trait, Jamal Adams. Of course, we got a couple of heavies on this, but we do still have speed on the outside, and obviously Cobb as their slot man. Probably not going to do a whole lot of damage, and he is in trouble. Throws it away smartly. But I was really hoping we would have got the sack there. But a prolific, apparently, offense held to a 3-and-out, and a punter wearing number 20. Man. Also, the 20 looks drunk as hell, dude. Like, what the hell is going on? You got like a bad haircut. As Caldwell is going to get the ball and try to head to the sideline as there's nowhere really to go. And if you fumble, at least it'll likely go out. Hikaru, his numbers, pretty close to Ritter's, right? Very, very similar stuff. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's pretty much the exact same. We, unlike them, are going to start with a run up the middle. Kenneth Walker finding room, gaining about 8 on the play. Of course, having a really good season. First game in I don't even know how long, actually, where he didn't get 100 yards rushing on the day, which probably made him a little mad, but overall, he's still playing really well, obviously. And looking back at their drive, you got to admit, that, you got to acknowledge the first play they had was a first down throw and catch. He just didn't get his feet down, and speaking of getting his feet down, Kenneth Walker got them down very quickly as we get nothing, trying to find something, and there was nowhere to go. 3rd and 2 now, looking for this kind of play action, almost swing type play. And this is kind of bad by us as we overthink it. They do a good job on defense, but we should have found someone for the first there. Should have taken, I'll be honest with you, I saw the linebacker, and I thought he was going to follow Kenneth real quick. So I was looking at my other reads, and I was really just waiting for Lockett to get open because he was looking open right here. But it's just, I feel like you stop, and that safety's got a chance at it, and we probably should have just taken Lockett anyways. Hikaru's got the throw power. It's just the accuracy I'm worried about. And the punt will get them down to about the 8-yard line. Not bad. It is weird to me, though. Like, I don't absolutely hate number 8 on Pitts, but I hate it on, like, every other player in the league that isn't, like, a kicker, punter, quarterback, I think it's just because Pitts is so big, he can beat the crap out of me. So, like, my brain is just like, save face, save, don't say anything bad about him. He'll kill you. I think that's what it is, maybe. Davenport trying to make a play, gets absolutely pushed off the play, and speaking of number 8, Kyle Pitts gaining 13 yards on their first completion of the game. But hey, at least they got a completion. All right, and Nwosu, the $70 man, $70. Yeah, he really needs a contract. $70 million, and there goes Kalen Barnes, who really deserves, I mean, even that 3-year 15 sounds like a low ball at this rate, but $70 million. That's a little bit closer to the number that Nwosu signed for. And of course, the way Nwosu played that does tell me that they are giving us a little bit of read option-y vibes, so definitely got to be careful of that. I hate when we go against these mobile quarterbacks that we always sell on the reads because we can't read, and Diggs is all over it. And speaking of a read, good read to Sammy Watkins for the first. These underneaths we just never defend, but I mean, we're trying. Uh-oh, that's a big play. Oh, Pitts is getting wild with a block. Oh my, you see Madison trucking and stiff-arming everyone in sight, gaining another first down. If you don't mind, can we not do this, Pitts, please? Jordan Brooks, another guy that just got paid. Getting a little bit of a press on Sammy, who still makes a play. I mean, we've helped so much on that play. They are just dinking and diming us. We're going to go into more man coverage, I think, which, Pitts, clearly a guy that's easy to cover in man. As they are going to go play action. And speaking of, Pitts is not going to get the first. They're going to give him credit for it. That was a close call. Almost didn't get the first. That was an amazing play call. It's just Ritter got it out late, and Pitts kind of just didn't even try to stay in bounds. And to the corner. Oh, my God. How does that even happen? We run the man blitz, and who is it covering him in man coverage? It's Quandre Diggs. That's a 9-inch difference. That's like me and the average male in weenie size. Like, there's no chance he's ever going to be. He puts his hands up, like, even his hands while jumping. He's shorter than Pitts, who's not jumping. I thought we had the perfect call. I really did, and then I didn't realize that the fullback has nobody on him. I didn't realize that it was Quandre. Oh, wow. They're, like, mixing and matching of, like, their blocking assignments. Their zone blocking is crushing us right now. I mean, that was literally a walk-in. I mean, they killed us. That was definitely a much more successful drive, and it goes the distance for 7. They went with a 3-and-out out the gate and then turned it around and had a massive, like, probably like 13-play drive. But obviously, our offense is still capable. We're not going to, be like, oh, well, it's over. It's still plenty of time in this game. Let's get a block from Arcega. Obviously, slide to the right as we're going to need some time to get this to Lockett if there is a chance. And we got the play action, rolling out to the right. Good pickup, and there's really nowhere to go, so I'm going to run it with Hikaru. He's going to gain about 3.5. That Metcalf going deep. They also have that in the zone, so we got to try to shut them up. But we're going to go with the inside zone, actually. Speaking of, they're in the zone. We're going inside zone. Kenneth Walker with a great cutback. That might shut this damn crowd up. and their fake noise. Yeah, I'm calling you out. Fake crowd noise. We know the truth. Even though probably every team in the league does. I don't care. We're not playing every team in the league right now, you know? We get that release. We're going to run again with Hikaru. Getting the edge sealed and utilizing the legs of Hikaru a little bit. Ford hitting us late. If I was Hikaru, I would have just fell down, dude. I don't know why people don't sell it more. Like, if this was, quote-unquote, soccer, Hikaru would have literally buried himself a hole and said, I've been killed. And it would be like a super red card. Oh, wow, that's a little overthrown. But Fant's there. Holy crap. Well, speaking of soccer, I guess. Holy crap, that ball went flying. Not a bad throw, considering, you know, I did want it not to where it went that deep, but it worked out. He just didn't catch it. This play could be a quick throw to Kenneth, and it will be. There's not really a whole lot on him, especially when he can truck like that, gaining about 6. Almost 7 on the play. A flood with Metcalf as the main route. He's getting better at route running. He's obviously a mismatch god. We're going to go with this drag. And Hikaru, do you mind? We really can't come off the field without points, but at the same time, we just gave up a massive drive for a touchdown. Can we really only get 3? I'm going to go for it. Hit this. Good throw. Metcalf gets the first down. The way they were lining that up, I had to hike it. If they would have, like, press man across the board pre-snap, I'd probably call the timeout and take the field goal. Not going to lie, but they gave us that look. Metcalf is way too physical not to go for that try. And that's a tough one for Fant, but he holds on, getting all the way to the 10. A lot of bouncing around there to, you know, lose the 10-yard line, gain the 10-yard line, lose it, gain it. It's kind of back and forth there. Could be looking at the out route. This is a tough read because I think Metcalf could be open to the back of the end zone, and if not, Moore is the read. And they do throw that to us, but we read it okay as the corner dropped back pretty far there, so we do get 5. Start of the second quarter, kind of taking a page out of their book and having a long drive ourselves, trying to get this touchdown. We got Slater in now. We're going to let him try to dictate this thing going to the right. Let's see if we can get some blocks. And he fights hard, but gets nothing. Might end up settling for that damn field goal anyways. Got a lot of, like, short plays in here. We're going to run, and there goes Kenneth, who stops! What is he doing? He just handed A.J. Terrell a defense. Why did he stop? Look, he stops. We could have probably also had Metcalf in the back of the end zone, but, I mean, I can't tell for sure if he ever stepped out, which he didn't in fairness. I also thought A.J. Terrell was going to drop back for him. I guess it all worked out with a bad read anyways. I suppose I can't really blame Walker because maybe he saw Metcalf in the back of the end zone. He goes, you know, full drag mode or wheel mode, and he kind of, oh, what a play there by Barton. You know, he kind of brings the A.J. Terrell into Metcalf. He's probably like, what do you mean, me stopping? Why don't you stop pretending like you don't need glasses and hit that back of the end zone throw, buddy? Alexander Madison getting stopped on that one. What appears to be a loss of 2, as we're now going to be looking at a 3rd and 9. I think we need a blitz. Trying to bring that overload in here. Get Jamal Adams down. Let's try to press. I think Cobb is like a sneaky route on this. Trying to step inside, and really good D with Barton all over him. He's having a really good game here. And they're going to have another 3 and out, so we really need to score a touchdown here because history is telling us they're about to score a long drive for a score next time. But good job defense. They kind of changed it up a little bit and ran it more than normal, as Caldwell's going to, he's going to lose some yards here. Uh-oh. That's the wrong way to the 22. Not a bad little chess match early on, though. 3-7. We do get the ball at half, so fair enough. Stretch play, and we're going to try to bounce it all the way. And tight end's got a little confused there. I think, honestly, it was Noah Fant's fault, if anyone. I'm going to keep the route the same on the right, but because Metcalf's a deep threat guy, I'm going to try to get him streaking. It's a late read by us and a really bad throw by Hikaru. Not a great play there. Not a great play at all. Obviously trying to get us to run the ball and not going to get that on us. And there goes Moore. The throw is great while under pressure for the first down, 20 yards. Had a guy pretty much all over us on that one, and this could be a good timing because this looks like a clear-cut run, and we haven't run in a while. I'm going for Metcalf, and I thought he was going to catch that. Under pressure, I thought that was a pretty damn good throw. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks in this league would struggle with that throw. Not just, a youngster. Going to go with another play action here. And we're going to try to get that out early. And that is a really good throw. Sitting down as there was a very big chance for him to get hit there and trying to protect Lockett. That's actually Moore. I thought it was Lockett. Man, Morris. He's the guy. He's really the guy. We're going to go inside zone, even with that stack. And it works out because I just felt like we had the lanes. And I suppose we kind of did. It worked out to some degree. A lot of short routes, intersecting. It's kind of tough. We're going to go with Noah Fant. He drops it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not an easy catch, but Fant's got to make that play for us. And that is some trouble, but it's a great throw to Lockett. Right in behind the linebacker who had a lot of different routes to cover. I don't know if he even ever seen Lockett behind him. I think he thought that he had to cover Noah Fant, so he trying to, hesitate and go down underneath. And here's some nice blocks. Kenneth Walker all the way to the 3. Good blocking. That was huge. First down to the 3. Get the QB draw look with Hikaru, but I don't know if I like that. I kind of want to change this. Let's get the running back in the backfield here. Change this to an actual inside handoff, and we kind of hesitated. The right side might have been open. I was just trying to follow the the lead block changing. Yeah, we had a bit of a hole there. I mean, there was going to be that guy, number 3. He was probably going to shoot that gap, but we had the guard and everything. The corner's there too. We at least gained more than we did on the cutback, but I don't know if a touchdown was guaranteed. And that was a late read by us. If the safety didn't see it, I think we would have maybe had a chance, but the safety saw it, and then the edge guy did come in. A couple of bad back-to-back plays in a row from us that just aren't great. Got the fade route with Metcalf, and we might have to throw it, to be honest. And they're on it. There you go, Lockett. Good sit down. Found the soft spot, and Lockett's on the board. Love to see it. He's kind of like the forgotten dude, so anytime we can try to get him going, that is obviously preferable. I almost said pleasurable there. That would have been a different conversation. Good tackle by Adams. Kind of get the helmet to the shin there. Kind of hard to tell who has it worse. Concussion's obviously worse than a leg injury, but I can't imagine kicking a helmet with your shin feels great. Oh, that's a really good throw. Can't get over there in time, and Pitt's going to gain 16. It's been a tough battle. It's like us versus Pitts, and it's them versus slot receivers, really. The slot receiver's killing him right now, and he's got to go to the right. But now that he doesn't mind it because he gains 8. 2-minute warning. They are moving, dude. Trying to disguise it a little bit. Barnes is like the #1 guy for blitzing on this team. Kobe stepping up, and he's going to get the quick throw out there. And Diggs, really? I thought we sticked him in the leg, but we missed. Kalen Barnes had a chance. I mean, how does he not hit him? Diggs not having a great game so far. Porter, the guy who's had a really good couple of games lately, is, on his tails to replace him, and he throws that to the ground. He knows there's some issues there. Smart decision there. We at least got him to not have a perfect play. Porter, I like that matchup a little bit more. We have the inside leverage, so I don't mind giving him the outside, covering the outside with him there. And over the middle. Nice hit, by the way, by Brooks. Is that a first? Over the middle. I think Drake London had a touchdown. Damn, they give him the first down. That's harsh. Got to get Diggs down here. Oh, I thought it was going to be a double move. And Mafe, really good coverage. Still gains 7. Looking for a penalty. Might have hit him late. We brought in the blitz. And as usual, Oliver does hit him late. Don't know how vicious it was. It was a little after the play was, kind of getting going after the throw was out there. And a screen pass we didn't see because we're on the other side of the field. Diggs gets hammered, and to the 5 is the rookie. Well, once upon a time, rookie. And the guy they thought maybe would be the starter going forward here, but it's actually Alexander Madison. Gets out of bounds, though, which, kind of opens the door potentially for us having a, revenge drive, if you will. And, wow, they had multiple open there. They had the inside, and we got bumped across. They had the running back, too, and, well, they regained the lead. You have to be careful, though, because you do not want to give them even more time with another possession. I mean, just a turnover in general. And that is a tough throw under pressure again. Moore is open enough to take that read, and we did. Just, once again, no time to throw. Tough out here, and they don't even have really a good pass rush. It's more their coverage that I'd be struggling with. Oh, wow. Good try by Moore, but Gardner Johnson, how? In what world? He just left Metcalf and read the hell out of that. How? I could have literally threw to Metcalf. I could have threw to Fant. How is he making that read? And I know it's even more aggressive to still be trying to throw it, but, I mean, considering they have 3 timeouts, there's no point in me trying to run the ball here. Getting a first down would be huge. And Metcalf, we get the ball off, and he slips it. Going out of bounds smartly to the 47. Huge play. So I try to save the short route running for Metcalf when we really need it, because it's just something you don't expect him to do, yet he's pretty good at it, and obviously it's lethal. And I should have probably taken Walker, but we got Fant made up for that catch from earlier, caught it. I like the matchup so much pre-snap with Metcalf, and even when we were at snap, because he had a really small player on him, but I wanted the more guarantee rather than just a Hail Mary prayer. And we're going to try to throw this one away. We will. Maybe had a quick throw to the right, but I didn't see it. 5 wide, you would think that would bring a little bit more time for us, because they can't just bring the heat. And wow, that is a really bad throw to Kenneth Walker. It's just strange because Hikaru is hitting some throws today, but then he's just missing those ugly ones. It's just unfortunate. And Hikaru's going to find some room on the run, utilizing the legs more than normal, and he's going to get the first down, making this automatically, well, the last play of the drive, or the last drive, our possession. 22 yards out. Fant looks kind of decent here, and Metcalf over the middle doesn't look terrible either. Please hit this throw. Oh my God, dude. I just don't see how he can miss so easily, man. I also want to switch the sides. I like Metcalf on that look way more. See what we can do with it, if anything. Throw it away. Could have been grounding, but even then, I feel comfortable with the kick. I mean, there was maybe some looks, but nothing, that was going to score without any sort of risk. I was looking at Moore because I thought he was going to win his route easily, and he really doesn't. And there's nothing else. I mean, at this point, maybe have that over the middle to, was it Lockett, perhaps? Lockett, but I mean, I don't think that's scoring. If he catches that, we probably lose the points in general. But here it is, our ball. Down by 1 to start the second half. Not a bad game. This has been very interesting, actually. And Caldwell just kind of showing off his return man catching abilities. Maybe a smart decision there to not go for it. Got the play action look. I wanted to go read option, but they are really there you go. Lockett, nice catch. Once again, lined up for a hit over the middle. Smartly just possessions it. Not the young, spry guy he maybe once was. You gotta avoid those hits at this point. Oh! What is that throw? What was that, Hikaru? Injury for gains? I don't care. Bro, Metcalf is so open on this slant, and he just throws it right at Anderson. I know there's a little bit of pressure, but that's just a complete miss. He's so open. And I wanted to bullet it, but I don't even know what happened on that. I held it for ages, but wow, that is a brutal interception, and that is a really brutal play by us as well. Huge hit by Diggs, but another first down for Alexander Madison. Gave them the ball after receiving to start the second half in under a minute. Oh, that's such an L. That was the play. We're obviously coming away from the run game a little bit, but in general, they are kind of... Oh, we missed hard there. They're kind of stacking. They're kind of making it tough on us. And the pass game has been open. We just need to finish better. We just need to get actual touchdowns, and obviously not throwing picks would be a great way to start. And... oh, wow, that was a little bit further of a throw than I thought. I thought he was throwing a guy Barton was on. I was like, does Barton have a chance? 3rd and 3. I still think you bring the blitz, but you're going to pull off Barton here. And Sidney Jones doesn't see it. Could be a score. Nice tackle by Jamal. As we're a decent bend-don't-break team. You just can't give up the touchdown. It really sucks to give up that first down when it felt like we were so close to making the stop, but can still get the stop here. And he's going to throw it late. Kind of throws it out of bounds with the pressure mounting. There's a lot of players on that side. Ed Oliver getting a nice push underneath. Hit! But a god-tier throw to the corner. Alexander Madison for the touchdown. And now what will likely be an 8-point lead. That was insane. I do like this pre-snap, though. I feel like Lockett has a chance, even though they drop back really hard. And they're not really going to cover Hikaru's legs again. They're just not, ready for it. 5 for 51. And we got that extra blocking off the edge, so we're able to get to the edge for once and get 9 on it. Come on, Kenneth, just make this an easy first down so we can reset. And wasn't easy with those blocks, but he still gets it. 8 for 36, his worst start in a game probably all career, realistically. Even like in preseason would do better than that. Up the middle, Kenneth showing off the speed, and I thought with how fast Anderson was that he was going to catch us, so we went with the stiff arm to try and, extend the play even more, and he just kind of missed the angle, which really sucks. Play action look, and we're going to take the fullback, who's not really that open, but enough probably for the first, and they will give it to him. It's a really good catch, considering it's not the perfect throw, and obviously he's a fullback. Read option. We finally actually have a chance to run this. See how they read it off the edge, and I don't really know how to... Oh, wow. Clothesline by our own guy. I don't really know how to read it when they drop off. When they drop the player off, I feel like the read is to hand it off every time, because otherwise they're just going to make the play. It's a tough throw, and he makes it. How can he make that throw? Angled inside, but misses the wide open slant to Metcalf, setting up their lead. It just doesn't make any sense to me, man. It really doesn't. And I want the go route from Metcalf. And that is a pretty good play. Does Metcalf not get the feet? That is a dot of a throw. Metcalf owes him one. That is really bad. And, I mean, he does get up there. If he would have slipped that for a touchdown, that would have been over. Doesn't owe anyone anymore, but it's a nice play. He gets up there. Once again, under immense pressure. Has to throw it a little high. Gets it there, though. Walker up the middle. Slipping. Gets to the 10. Not really a whole lot of slipping at all there, to be honest. Going to hand off on the inside as we're... Ooh. I'm still going to do it, even with the safeties up. And Kenneth is in! They try to bait it out, because they were actually probably worried more about the pass than anything. So they brought him up to make it seem like they were going to stop the run, and they bluffed it hardcore. We called the bluff, and with a 2-point conversion, we could tie this game up. I just want more to run to the outside there. Walker's had a pretty good game, so if we can get him out there. And there he goes. More 2-point conversion. What a game. It hasn't quite been just only offense, but kind of pretty close to what we were talking about. More of the offense than it was the defense. Another one off the crossbar. That's got to be some sort of record. 2 in a game. Alexander Madison having a pretty good game. 2 touchdowns in the day. And overall, just kind of giving us some troubles. We didn't really, take him super seriously. Thinking, oh, wow, this is a walk in the park compared to having to go against Cordero. Which is still probably true, but just had to say something, didn't we? And we're blocking off Jamal. Is he going to get there? He will not. We just gave up a 75-yard touchdown to Alexander Madison, talking about, oh, Cordero would have given us a harder time anyways, even though Madison's playing well. Get some really good blocks in fairness. We missed the play, and he absolutely buries Diggs. And it doesn't help that Ed Oliver's kind of blocking off Jamal there. If he doesn't block him off that tiny bit, he probably actually gets him. Just when we thought, hey, we're back in this one and it's all tied up, and defense might be able to make a stop, as they've shown it a couple times. We give that huge play. Caldwell just going to barely get past the 20. There was a chance there, and then the block's just closed up in a bad way. Well, Kenneth Walker can't wait to waste his ability. Lock it. I kind of want to lock it just to streak, see if he's still got it in the old tank. And maybe he does, I don't know. But Arcega-Whiteside's going to get it and get tackled by A.J. Terrell for a gain of 2. Metcalf was there, but I mean, if we only got 2 yards on a underneath throw to Arcega-Whiteside, Metcalf running right into his zone, I can't even imagine what we would have gotten. Probably pick 6. And they're on it. That's a little bit of a late throw, and the ball is so bad that we're going to lose yards and he's in the zone. Well, that's not great, believe it or not. Let's see what we can do with this. And that's not bad. Lockett turns it upfield. Popped, but a first down. Hikaru making up for a little bit there on some of the throws in this game with a damn dot. That was beautiful. Left side. Can we just, like, not have Arcega-Whiteside go back to the right? And oh, look at Kenneth turning that into 5. Not a great block there, to be honest, from Elton Jenkins, but hey, it works out. And we're just going to run this base, I think. And it's Hikaru who's going to run again and does not really get help from Fant. Late slide, but it works out. Nice. Trying to scramble more, but it's tough to see, man. Seaman. 1st and 10, throwing the ball again. This really isn't our comfort zone either. Another low, short play. You know, they're really baiting us in on these short throws, which is weird because you'd think that's where they would see, you know, our strengths being, right? Try to change their defense up a little bit with that. As Kenneth is not going to get much. Try to cut it back right because we weren't getting the support over on the left, so a little bit of an L, but we are playing better on offense. We are just selling when it comes to scoring, though. We just can't finish the drive out. And our defense has made a stop, so if this turns out to be, you know, we gain nothing on this play, you know, this could end up being a field goal. Oh, we can't. This is risky from Hikaru, but the QB draw. Could it work? And I need 66 to wake the F up, dude. What is he doing? He has them. I mean, we got to go for it. We have to go for it. That's why I wanted to run. I probably should have ran, like, an actual running back, but it is what it is. We're here now, aren't we? We're going to go with the drag, hit that throw. Lockett coming in clutch on 3rd and 4th down a lot today. They backed him off. I don't know why, so we took it. Double move on the inside. They really don't want us to run the ball. Which I get, but, like, I don't. Set that. Oh, my. I tried to set the feet, and they didn't give it. That's a massive L. Metcalf, though, one-on-one. Let's get a block from Walker. Not that it's probably going to matter. He's not open. Nobody's open. Wow. Lockett got open last second, but 3rd and 21. They're kind of locking up here. This play came in clutch for us a little bit earlier. We just need to get, like, 10 back. Try to get this first down if we can, or a field goal at least. And we're not going to. Oh! Walker was kind of open at the snap, but he wasn't going to gain that much. And we're going to have to punt. We have no choice. You're not going to get 21 yards. Maybe backing up a little bit too much again, but in general, the receivers aren't getting open enough. Well, they almost had a chance at a block on that punt. It's not the O-line. I blame the receivers on that one. They got locked up right at the worst time. They've been running some pretty good routes. They've been getting open enough. But that drive, specifically those last couple of plays, they definitely did not. And that really sucks. Most important time, and they kind of let us, you know, leave us stranded a little bit there. But 1st and 10 from their own 6. Thought maybe they would play it safe. And nice hits. Who was that? It looked like Kalen Barnes again. My dude has been playing his anus off. Really wants that 3 or 15, I guess. Going mid. Really scared if they actually throw this. Or run it is what I meant to say. And Ed Oliver. That is a crazy play. We probably get back there with Jamal, but I don't want to see, you know, the what if on if we do or don't, you know. And on 3rd and 13, because it's a likely run anyways, we're going to be running this blitz. Trusting Woolen 101. That's a tough call, but kind of have to. And Diggs, good job. Gains 5. Really good game from Madison. 3 touchdowns in general. Do you go with the block? I think with the talent Caldwell has, I think you bring the return. I wanna actually have a chance to return this. I know it probably is smarter to block, but Caldwell can get us some yards here. And there he goes. Oh, he almost had the edge. Casey Hayward brought him down. Defenses both coming in clutch today. And now for a chance at potentially overtime. Here we go. I really don't like that. What's the audible, though? I don't really hate Metcalf, maybe. We should have taken Lockett. If this is earlier in the game, we were way more fearless earlier in the game, but I suppose we gained 8, and we do know that our chances are dwindling. We can't really get too many more stops in this game. Really need to have a score on one of these drives, and Walker finds a little bit of room for 5 or 6 more on the sweep. I wish we had more blockers. I'm going to run it straight up. And the only real route we had to go there was that side. We were never going to get it through the middle. Takeaways, they're 10th. They only have 1 today. We've taken, you know, we're taking care of the ball better, but at the same time, you know, we are playing really conservatively, and it could cost us. I don't remember if this play even worked. I think we just barely got it off to Fant last time. Oh, no, it was the fullback, actually. And I can't get it off to B, but Hikaru showing off the speed to the edge. 8 for 72 now. Just give him the win. He deserves it. He's going nuclear at this rate. To the left. Oh, we are not getting any blocks there. Walker barely gets to the line. I mean, I'm trying to, you know, mix it up. If we don't get some yards on this run, I don't know what that look is from them. Walker easily gets, I don't know what that was. They were ultra afraid of that lineup, which, fairness, I would be too, but you still have to show a little bit that you're maybe going to somewhat try to stop the run, and that's just too easy for any team. To the edge, Walker showing off some speed. Oh, with the stiff arm on A.J. Terrell. 6 yards gained. Problem is, touchdown or no touchdown, they're going to have a lot of time to work with, but I suppose the focus right now, just get that damn touchdown. Cutting left, Walker hit hard, but into the end zone for the game-tying touchdown. Absolutely taking a pounding. It hasn't been a pretty one like normally. This has been a scrappy, grindy yards per carry game, and it's a really good cutback as the fullback really couldn't lead. He just picked up the guy that came in free. What a damn job by Riggs, who's had himself even a decent game, and he looks to be in by my book. Should be the score. Bringing a bit of pressure here early on, especially with the way they're lined up. Could actually be a run. You know, they got time to do anything, sadly. Middle is so open. Nice hit by Jamal, but what is happening there? It's not our job. We're definitely playing the hook, or the hook. That would be our fault. We're definitely playing the flat spot, and somehow it just gets wide open. I don't understand what that was. No safety help here. And they do a nice hit by Diggs. They do have a lot of deep threat ability. It's just, I mean, sometimes you got to just risk it, I think. Sometimes you have no choice, especially with the speed we have as well. I think sometimes you got to just go for it. We get some base, and wow, I mean, that's just not, I mean, we haven't put the best on best this game, but that's just a mismatch no matter who, you know? This, honestly, the situation is probably going to save us more than anything here. I think them trying to play for the game-winning field goal may save us, because I don't know, nice hit. I don't know if we have the ability to stop their pass game. I really don't think we do. It's really going to come down to, can we get the last possession, and if it's a tie game, you know, we're playing for the tie, we're playing for the win, simply put. I think with the way this game has gone, there is no question about it. If we have to play for the tie or the win, we're going for the win every day of the week. As Adams doesn't really need to get over there, we're going to call our timeout. 3rd and 10 now. They know the situation well. They say he's a lovely guy. We've been leaving a one-on-one with Drake London all game. Could you imagine this is the time they take it to the outside, and a nice teamwork. They're going to play it conservatively, and with that, could cost them the game. We'll see. We have a timeout. We have almost 2 minutes to work with, and a blocked field goal. We do not. Younghoe Koo up and good. 31-28. All right, Caldwell. Time not to be the hero, but maybe you can get us a decent return. You cannot, because that is just a waste. I mean, we don't need the touchdown here. We only need a field goal. This is, you know, it's not the same thing as what I was talking about. Like, you know, they scored a touchdown and we're trying to play for the tie or the win to avoid overtime. You know, at this point, we're just trying to get to that spot. We can't run inside zone, and they're going to call false start because of it. That really sucks, because there's an opening and a half there. Like, that is, like, free employment there. I'm seeing pre-snap. You know, Moore looks great. So does Lockett, though. How? Moore with a catch and a half. How is Casey Hayward beat that hard in man, and he's making the play like that? That is an insane job by Moore to not only catch it, but he also got us the freaking out of bounds. And I'm not too afraid to run the ball. If it's going to lead to, you know, first down guarantees and big yardage, especially when we can play for the field goal if we want to, I'm going to. This play has done nothing for us all game long, but I'm going to try to hit it again. Oh my, I'm kind of glad that was badly thrown. The way, well, I'm going to try. I don't know why he's doing that. It's a little, like, tense to be meaning, to be honest with you, but okay. But yeah, I don't know how the hell he's so open on the break, and then it's just like the cornerback keeps up because he knows where he's going as Kenneth Walker. And they're kind of standing him up there, a little worried. Glad he went down. It's a really big play on 4th and 2. I don't really trust the stretch. I'd rather dive. Let's go with the dive. We're kind of off tackle, if you will. And Kenneth's going to be short. Of course he is. And because it was a run, we are going to kind of run out of time. I don't know what to run here. Man, it's a late timeout as well. We're calling a timeout here. We need the right call. This is the play that got us, first downs and conversions earlier. And who else? But Metcalf, and he misses! Game over. Hikaru missed a layup. He missed a layup. Did the football slip out of his hand? The out route with Metcalf and the wiggles, they for some reason had linebackers on him all day. And he misses a layup, dude. There's no way. You've got to be kidding me. He missed the layup. We were right for calling a timeout. We ended up getting the right call. It would have been out of bounds as well. Hell, we could have threw something over the middle after that play. That is absolute pain. It is still one hell of a game, but a lackluster finish because of Hikaru. This was headed to overtime. This game was headed to overtime. I would assume if he catches that ball, which he can't catch something that's not at him, the ball's thrown to him, there's like a 99% chance this game is headed to overtime. What a finish that would have been, and instead, an absolute collapse by the hands of Hikaru. Gunslinging all game, running like a madman. Obviously, the O-line has been pretty terrible. The receiving, some of the routes, we just haven't gotten open. We ran a couple of plays a couple of times that just never worked, and we just kept going to them, trying to open something up. Didn't work, but at the end of the day, the ball was in Hikaru's hands, and he was equipped to make the play, to win the, overtime, get to overtime at least, and he sold. Walker doing what he does, fighting through adversity, struggling all game long, and still came away with over 100 yards, fighting and scrapping for every yard. 6 broken tackles in that game, which just tells you the story, especially with only 14 yards total, of course, yards after contact. I wouldn't say earned more than Madison because he didn't have the blocks that Madison had, but in general, Madison did have that insane play, which probably changed the game in general. Lockett had a good game for once. Walker had a lot of catches, but a lot of just short yardage situations, nothing great. Metcalf had his worst game of the season pretty much. And overall, a lot of different players, both sides of the ball, got a lot of different catches. Holy, John, that guy's tall. But, yeah, Banson giving up a bunch of sacks as usual. We can't get sacks. Troy Anderson with his interception, that was complete luck. Wasted opportunities. We had the plays. This is not on the coaching. This is not a coaching fail. This is a player fail. Specifically Hikaru. He sold this game. Even though he's been getting better, he really dropped the ball today. Man, he could have he could have had a comeback there. Could have been the comeback kid. And instead, he's the guy that choked, simply put. Xavier Moore, scheme fit, playmaker upgrade. He's obviously a guy we're trying to get juke move in general for, but also route running. 3 to juke move. I think with that update, probably going to have to go with something other than playmaker because, well, it's good for juke moves. It's not great for route running anymore. I'm not even sure what you run because there's no route runner archetype either. Yeah, unstoppable force, whatever. We dropped to 8-4-1, giving the Cardinals and some other teams a little window to get back in. Love that. That was fun. Of course, we talked about getting constant pressure. We had pretty much no pressure unless we brought the house, and even then, we couldn't finish any play. There was a lot of times where the ball was thrown right as we were getting to him, and we just didn't even sack the quarterback once. As you can see, the scenario sacked the QB 3 times. Couldn't even sniff one at that point. But regardless, the season's still obviously intact, and we come back with a game against the Titans. Also, 3 straight home games, maybe even 4, I'm not sure, but we'll find out. It's a tough place to win, Atlanta, especially with the season they're having so far. That offense really is great, and we did a good job, to be honest. We got beat a lot, but we did about as good as you could with the weapons they have. Just imagine if they had Cordero Patterson, though. We probably would have died. Alexander Madison made himself a play in the receiving game for a touchdown and clutch down. That guy would have torched us all game long in the receiving game, but Alexander Madison in general did play really well, especially with his power, stiff arm, and all that. Anyways, though, this was still an insanely good game. I enjoyed pretty much every one bit of it. Hopefully you guys did as well. If you did, maybe leave a like. If you're new, maybe subscribe. If you're not new, appreciate your continued support a ton. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays, for non-Madden content, which I have uploaded a video on was it Friday, I believe? So check that out, and probably have another upload soon enough, this week at some point, hopefully by Thursday or Friday again. I'd say I want to get up to 2 uploads on that channel a week, just because it's fun. I don't make any money on the second channel stuff. I just think it's fun. It's always fun, and I want to play more campaign games that I never got to play, and share that experience with you guys. Anyways, though, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for the next video. But until next video, see ya!